Imagine living in a world where distance was not just physical, but absolute. A world where a message could take weeks, months, sometimes years, to arrive. A world where wars were lost because orders arrived too late. Where loved ones died without farewell because words simply could not travel fast enough. This was the human condition for thousands of years. Before electricity, before wires, before signals that could outrun horses, ships, and even the wind. Human civilization advanced in architecture, agriculture, astronomy. Yet communication remained painfully slow. And then, something revolutionary happened. Something invisible. Something silent. Something that changed the meaning of distance forever. That invention was the telegraph. Empires grew larger. Kingdoms expanded. Trade routes stretched across continents. But communication did not evolve at the same pace. A king in one city had no idea what was happening in another until a messenger arrived. Generals fought battles without knowing whether reinforcements were coming. Merchants sent goods without knowing market prices until it was too late. Distance was power, and distance was chaos. The question humanity didn't yet know how to ask was simple. Can information travel faster than a human being? Long before electricity, humans tried to cheat distance. Fire signals, smoke signals, drums, flags, mirrors reflecting sunlight. These systems were primitive, but brilliant. They worked on one principle. Information could move faster than a messenger if it traveled as a signal. But these systems had fatal limitations. They could only transmit very simple messages. They depended on weather. They required line of sight. And they were easily misunderstood. A fire might mean victory, or danger, or nothing at all. Humanity needed precision. In the late 18th century, a French inventor named Claude Chappe introduced something remarkable: the optical telegraph. It was a network of towers equipped with large moving arms, semaphores. Each position of the arms represented a letter or code. Messages could travel hundreds of kilometers in hours instead of days. For the first time in history, governments could communicate rapidly across large territories. Napoleon loved it. Military commanders depended on it. But again, limitations appeared. Fog, rain, nightfall. When the sun disappeared, communication died. Humanity was close, but not close enough. Then came electricity, a mysterious force, invisible, instantaneous. Scientists noticed something astonishing. Electric current moved almost instantly through a wire. This single observation changed everything. If electricity could travel instantly, could information travel with it? That question would reshape the world. In the early 1800s, inventors across Europe and America began experimenting. Some tried one wire per letter. Others used needles deflecting on a dial. Some used chemical reactions to mark paper. Most designs were complex, expensive, unreliable, but they proved one thing beyond doubt: electricity could carry meaning. The challenge was turning electricity into language. Here is where the story takes a surprising turn. Samuel Morse was not a physicist. He was not an engineer. He was not even a scientist. He was an artist, a painter. But history often changes because the right person asks the right question at the right time. In 1832, Morse was traveling by ship from Europe to America. During the voyage, he overheard a conversation about electromagnetism. Someone said something extraordinary. If the presence of electricity can be made visible in any part of the circuit, I see no reason why intelligence may not be transmitted instantaneously. That sentence changed Morse's life. He began sketching, not paintings, ideas. Morse realized something others missed. Communication didn't need complexity. It needed simplicity. Instead of one wire per letter, instead of complex dials, why not use short and long signals? On, off, dot, dash. From this idea came Morse code, a language built not on symbols, but on time. Each letter became a pattern. Each word became a rhythm. Electricity no longer just flowed, it spoke. This was revolutionary, because now, only one wire was needed and messages could be transmitted endlessly. The system was fast, cheap, and scalable. Morse had solved the language problem. But invention means nothing without proof. Morse, with the help of Alfred Vail, built the first practical telegraph. It was crude. It clicked. It scratched marks onto paper. But it worked. Electric pulses traveled through wire, and meaning arrived at the other end. For the first time in human history, Words moved faster than people. In 1844, Morse sent the first official long-distance telegraph message. From Washington, D.C. to Baltimore, the message was biblical. What hath God wrought? It was not just a message. It was a declaration. The world would never be the same again. Telegraph lines spread like veins across nations. Railways followed telegraph routes. Stock markets synced across cities. News traveled in hours instead of weeks. For the first time, nations felt small. Time itself seemed to shrink. The telegraph changed warfare. Orders were instant. Strategies evolved. Governments centralized power. Information became a weapon. Whoever controlled the wires controlled the world. One final challenge remained: the ocean. Could electricity cross the Atlantic? Many failed. Cables broke. Investors lost fortunes. But in 1866, success arrived. A permanent transatlantic telegraph cable connected continents. Europe and America were now neighbors. The telegraph did more than transmit messages. It created global news, unified markets, enabled modern diplomacy, gave birth to instant communication, the telephone, the internet, even the digital age, all trace their roots back to this moment. The telegraph made the world smaller without moving a single person. It taught electricity to speak. It taught humanity to listen. And once distance was conquered, there was no going back.